From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The second trial of Zack Norman began yesterday. He's accused of murdering two brothers in Three Forks last July. We report from the court that this trial is quite different.
Sit through an impeachment while another D.C. leader's role could be on the line. I'm Jared Hill with the upcoming vote that could cost the Speaker of the House his gavel.
And the MSU campus is breaking ground on a new building. Coming up, find out what will be taught at the new Gianforte Hall. Alrighty, top of the hour, 6 o'clock on this Thursday morning. Jane McDonald and Matt Elwell with you bright and early, and that sun is coming right over the mountains.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little deceiving this morning. So as the kids are heading out, you may hold that coat for them as they head out the door. Otherwise, they're going to walk out without it.
Exactly. Try to throw it at them as they're heading out to the bus stop.
How that all goes. Temperatures this morning, it's dropped to 16 at Bozeman Yellowstone International, 18 in Bozeman.
Chilly.
It is chilly, and even a light wind is going to make a big difference. So bundle those kids up as they step outside today. Now, we do get a little bit of cloud cover trying to build in for the afternoon. Our temperatures are not going to be quite at average as you go into the afternoon. In fact, we're going to be falling quite a bit short of that. Daytime highs right into the low 40s for most of the area today. We do have some warmer weather on tap by the middle of next week. I'm going to talk about the impacts and what to expect in a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now, new this morning, Butte's Council of Commissioners last night approved a permit to allow an uptown business to build a ramp to aid customers with disabilities. After nearly 2 hours of public comment from many people with disabilities, the commissioners unanimously approved the request from Jamie Decker to build a ramp in front of her business, Top Deck Medical on Granite Street. Several commissioners said they were moved by emotional testimony presented by more than 20 people in the community, some of who suffer from disabilities. Decker had been trying to get the city to allow her to build a ramp since June of last year, but the request kept getting denied due to liability concerns and encroachment onto a public right-of-way. And last July, MTN closely followed the jury trial of Zack Norman, the man accused of killing brothers Brendan and Chase Estabrook in Three Forks back in 2022. The trial ended in a partial verdict. The jury could not agree on the 2 counts of deliberate homicide. That has led to a bench trial, which began yesterday. I was in the courtroom to hear the opening statements. This week, the retrial gets underway for Zack Norman, the man accused of killing 2 brothers in Three Forks back in 2022.
The defendant shot, killed Brendan and Chase Estabrook.
Mr. Norman had a jury trial back in July of last year, which resulted in a partial verdict. The jury found Zack Norman, the man accused of shooting and killing Brendan and Chase Estabrook, guilty of tampering with or fabricating physical evidence, but was hung on the 2 charges of deliberate homicide.
Zack Norman pulled the trigger of his gun for one reason: self-preservation.
Lawyers for Norman claimed the shooting was in self-defense. This time around, it is now being held as a bench trial. The major difference between a bench and a jury trial is that in a jury trial, the defendant is judged by a group of their peers. A bench trial is judged by the judge alone. The trial is slated to continue throughout the end of this week as both the prosecution and defense lay out their case for Judge John Brown. Outside of the Law and Justice Center, Jane McDonald, MTN News. And the Montana Highway Patrol reports a fatal crash in Belgrade yesterday afternoon. The crash was reported shortly before 2:30 and occurred near the intersection of Jackrabbit and Frank Road. The incident remains under investigation. And a Belgrade police officer was assaulted while responding to a call at the HRDC cottages on Frontage Road. Jason Hill appeared in Gallatin County Justice Court Wednesday, charged with assaulting an officer. According to court documents, Hill called Belgrade police before the incident, informing officers he would be at the cottages to retrieve his belongings and that he, quote, he wouldn't let them stop him, end quote. A resident at the cottages currently holds a no-contact order against Hill. Court records say Hill put his arms around the neck of Officer Good, driving his head into the concrete, resulting in an injury that required 5 staples to repair. Officer Good was treated at Bozeman Medical Center and is in stable condition. And on the national scene, yesterday, Senate Democrats voted down articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He became the second U.S. cabinet secretary ever impeached by the House. In a party-line vote, House Republicans accused Mayorkas of not enforcing immigration laws and breaching public trust. Democrats slammed the move as a political stunt. It comes as embattled Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson is setting up a vote on separate bills to fund aid for Ukraine and Israel, despite objections from members of his own party. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
House Republicans' weeks-long effort to oust the Secretary of Homeland Security over in about 3 hours in the Senate.
The article falls.
The Democratic majority rejected 2 articles of impeachment, charging Alejandro Mayorkas with failing to enforce immigration law and breach of public trust.
This whole impeachment was nothing more than a political show.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer argued the impeachment of Mayorkas over policy disagreements sets a dangerous precedent. Senate Republicans pushed back, saying dismissing the charges without a full trial set a dangerous precedent of its own.
Never before in the history of our republic has the Senate dismissed or tabled articles of impeachment when the impeached individual was alive and had not resigned.
Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson said he was disappointed in the Senate's action.
I think it's a violation of their constitutional responsibility.
Johnson's future could sit on shaky ground as he shifts focus to separate bills that would give billions of dollars to Israel and Ukraine. President Biden voiced support for the Ukraine bill.
The Congress has to pass the continued funding. They have to do it now,
which will likely need votes from Democrats to pass. Some House conservatives have threatened to trigger a vote to oust Johnson over his willingness to reach across the aisle. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is scheduled to testify before a Senate panel today in Washington over the president's budget proposals for his department. In an appearance on CBS Mornings yesterday, Mayorkas said only Congress can fix the broken immigration system. Now back a little closer to home, with nice weather, you may be tempted to head out on your motorcycle, but you may want to listen up. Motorcycle crashes are up statewide, that according to the Montana Department of Transportation. There has been 37 fatalities on Montana highways in 2024, compared to 29 fatalities for this same time in 2023. Police say it's due to unseasonably warm weather we've been having, and it's only expected to go up from here. Our Kelsey Boggs has more.
While many are grateful for the warm weather we've seen so far this year, it brings some negative implications. Billings police say when the sun comes out, so do the motorcyclists. And as the number of riders on the road rise, so do the crashes.
There's plenty of road, there's plenty of room.
If you ride a motorcycle, you know there's nothing quite like an open road.
The freedom is amazing.
But that freedom comes with responsibility.
There's riders out there that don't respect the roads at all.
In Billings, the warm weather is returning, and so are the motorcyclists. But a recent string of motorcycle-involved crashes is causing concern for motorists and police.
I mean, it's tragic.
We know people, that like to get out and ride motorcycles. They like to get out and enjoy the weather, get the air, wind blowing in your face, and that comes with high speeds as well.
On March 31st, 2 motorcycles collided on Broadwater, killing one of the drivers, 32-year-old Eric Osgood. Then, on April 3rd, another motorcycle collision on State in Washington that killed one. Another accident on April 4th luckily didn't claim any lives, but left the driver with serious injuries. Which is why Tina Gaspar recently took to Facebook, attempting to level with non-riders.
I was basically reaching out to the parents of this because it was a new driver, a young kid. These new drivers that are out there, make sure they know and that they're looking for motorcycles.
Sergeant Jeff Stovall says the fatalities are unfortunately nothing out of the ordinary and fears it's just the start.
I think it seems like it's a spike right now, but it's not. We're just starting the spring season earlier than typically we do. We see fatalities and motorcycle crashes and that as well.
A new controversial law took effect in October of 2021, allowing lane splitting in Montana. But Stovall says so far that hasn't led to more crashes.
If anything, we've seen, just your typical, low injury, a bumper, fender bender type thing.
Montana is one of 32 states that doesn't require helmets, although Stovall says they do save lives. Regardless, with summer approaching, Stovall and Gaspar have a reminder for both cars and motorcycles.
Make sure you're with your surroundings before you change lanes, whether it's a car or a motorcycle. Not excess speeds and that type of thing as well.
Just be aware. And if you are the rider, be smart, pay attention. If you're driving a car, be smart, pay attention.
In Billings, Kelsey Boggs, MTN News.
All great things to keep in mind. Thank you very much, Kelsey. Now, the Federal Office of Surface Mining has announced more than $124 million to clean up and reclaim abandoned coal mines. The money will be distributed between states and tribal nations and comes in part from a fee collected on all coal produced in the United States. In Montana, the state will receive $2.3 million in funding, and the Crow tribe will receive around $190,000. Additional money is allocated through the bipartisan infrastructure law and the abandoned mine land economic revitalization program. And Bozeman city commissioners are taking control of the approval process for a controversial proposed affordable housing development in Midtown. For the last couple of weeks, residents have asked city leaders to hold a public meeting on the approval for the project rather than having the site plan approved by the community development manager. The proposed 5-story development would have affordable housing, but residents say that the project doesn't do much to address affordability. The City Commission still needs to decide on a date to hold a public meeting. And Montana State University broke ground yesterday for a new building that will house the Gianforte School of Computing. The Gianforte Family Foundation donated $50 million to create this 3-story building that will also provide space for computing-related fields, including cybersecurity, film, photography, and music technologies.
What it's really going to be is a place where multiple disciplines involving computers can come together and students can work with each other, have a common space, and hopefully generate new and exciting ideas.
Gianforte Hall will be part of MSU's South Campus Energy District, a system that helps reduce energy use by allowing buildings to help heat and cool each other. Additionally, Gianforte Hall will be MSU's first mass timber structure, a sustainable choice of materials that will help minimize carbon emissions from concrete and steel used elsewhere in construction.
Yeah, it's going to be a neat addition.
I think so too.
Yeah.
A lot of good use those students will get out of that building. Now, before we head into a break, I had to take us over to San Francisco. A lot of craziness can come out of this city, but this one, it might just take the cake, at least for today for me. This toilet seems like a pretty standard public restroom.
Looks normal.
Right? You know, a door, maybe a little sink outside. The price tag is what's getting me. $1.3 million for that toilet.
Wow, really?
That's right. And I gotta be honest, it doesn't look $1.3 million.
It doesn't look like it to me.
Now, I will say they were able to get this price a little bit cheaper, mainly because they were able to get some contributions from the companies itself. Looking at the interior, though, it doesn't look crazy.
It looks very
Matt.
typical, right?
I think so. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Montana has spoiled me, Matt, but this looks like a pretty typical public restroom.
They have a toilet there.
With me, I guess.
I don't know. That's an expensive toilet for sure.
I mean, I'm kind of intrigued. I kind of want to go visit it. It's like its own tourism.
All right, well, take a picture.
Destination. I will just for you. Now, we're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning. But when we come back, Matt's going to have a look at your forecast. We're going to have all your top stories. Plus, Crow tribal members, historians, attorneys, and others will join together to inspire the younger generation to help preserve their land. We have this story coming up after the break.